bash and mean metal mayhem and cruel carnage of the arena. One robot survives this heat to make the New Blood final. The winner of the competition gets direct entry to the 7th Wars, the next UK Championship. It'll be all push and shove, pick and mix, blue chip entries. Some will be retired early. Let the cogs spin and the wheels of war turn.
Please welcome the Master of Mayhem, Craig Charles.
Tonight on Robot Wars, Heat 2 of the New Blood Championship. This is where our warrior wannabes earn the right to fight. It's do or die, initiation or decimation. As we say, bring on the new boys! Yes, the new blood's pumping, cause they're gonna get a thumping. As we say, let the wars begin!
And unleash the house robots, Mr. Psycho's hammer blows. The 4 flippers, fulsome throws. Sir Killalot's ready to wrangle. The drop zone set to mangle. Sergeant Bash's flame and Growler ready to maim. I love this New Blood Championship. A chance to see the new designs and innovations coming out of Great Britain's tool sheds. Who knows, tonight we might see something as groundbreaking as Hypnodisc's spinning disc or Chaos 2's flipper. And it all starts with round 1.
From Barnoldswick in Lancashire, Knight Raider.
As a mighty flipper is stealthy under cover of darkness in the tool shed, but what happens in a floodlit arena?
Compare this to the likes of Chaos 2 or the Big Flipper's bigger brother, you know, maybe. You know, you're new to Robot Wars, but does it compare to them?
Not quite as good as them, I don't think, really.
Okay,
No.
so you've got a little way to go in the evolution process.
We have, yeah.
Best of luck.
Thanks very much.
I hope you get a chance at the evolution process.
So do we. So do we.
Tears very quickly.
Strong with powerful weaponry at both front and back, a 200-kilo hoisting flipper and titanium spikes. It's fast enough to get out of any situation with top speeds of 18 miles an hour.
From Kingsthorpe in Northamptonshire, Thor.
From the halls of the Vikings comes the hammer of the gods.
Who are you hoping to get out first?
There's a spinner in there, Hell's Teeth. I think we'll mash him up a bit first.
You want them out?
Yeah, and then we'll take care of the flipper after that.
Okay, the bad news is they're coming for you too.
Oh, right.
Good luck.
The fast explosive hammer is the main strength. 18 miles an hour means it is quick, 36-volt power with a Sremec, but thin armour could prove its weakness.
From Mablethorpe in Lincolnshire, Hell's Teeth.
False teeth, promise? Or is this the genuine article?
It's titanium. Can you get through that?
Oh yeah, like butter.
Okay. Now Thor has a big axe. Will that be a problem for you?
Possibly a problem, yes, but we'll try and avoid it, I think.
Whack them from the side, eh?
Yeah, we'll try.
Do you think you'll still be in there, or do you think you'll come out in bits?
No, we'll still be in there.
Okay.
We'll win.
Good luck.
Thank you.
You're so confident.
Diamond-shaped with a 16-inch, 13-kilo, 1,800 RPM vertical spinning disc can run both ways up, but the wheels are exposed and there's a yawning 7.5-centimetre ground clearance.
Roboteers, stand by.
Let's have a look at the teams. Hell's Teeth there on the left, captained by Shane Swan. Knight Raider on the right with George Towell captaining. And they're the Thor team, Jason Marston and Lee Cornish. In the arena for the house robots, Mr. Psycho. And Sir Killalot. Oh, the two heavyweight giants. Two robots survive this opening melee to march on. It looks tentative. Then down comes Thor's mighty hammer. Huge and powerful. cracking down, looking to puncture Knight Raider, but actually missing at the moment. Knight Raider's got in too close to Thor. Now that's an interesting tactic, and I wonder whether or not Jason Marston and Lee Cornish will have learned from that and just stay away a little bit from the opponents. Yeah, I think they're trying to give themselves enough room to get the full power of the hammer down. Meanwhile, Hell's Teeth is in a little bit of trouble, getting quickly away there from the House Robots. Has Thor's hammer taken too much energy out of the machine? Knight Raider is pushing and shoving. Knight Raider 100 kilos, level weight with Thor. To me, that hammer is getting weaker and weaker. Or is it? It's not causing too much damage though, is it? Hell's Teeth. Oh! Just nipping around and down comes the hammer of Mr. Psycho on Knight Raider. And interestingly, Knight Raider's armour plating is withstanding the punishment. Is it at the moment? It certainly looks to me as if it's okay. It's very heavily armoured, Knight Raider. Mr. Psycho's going to have another angle of attack. Get out of there, Knight Raider. It's still mobile and still trying to flip as well, Knight Raider. So the ref doesn't have to come in unless he wants to show some mercy, because Knight Raider is bearing the brunt here of the attack. George Towell, Trevor Holden and Nick Blackburn, the Knight Raider saying, oh, their poor machine can't have much life left in it. After sustained attack by Mr. Psycho, Sir Killalot comes across. Hell's Teeth and Thor still moving. Hell's Teeth trying to get the rear spinning this weapon into play. Poor old Knight Raider. Horrible punishment. They bravely tried to flip and keep moving, but in the end, Mr. Psycho did for them, and the ref bot comes in, and between Killalot and Mr. Psycho, Knight Raider are between a rock and a hard place, and they're out. Thor and Hell's Teeth fight on. Thor pushes into the pit release, and we remind you that both these two surviving robots will fight on in round 2 of Heat 2 of the New Blood Championship. Now they are locked together, and there's Knight Raider in the horrible grip of Mr. Psycho. Don't get Mr. Psycho on that spinning disc on the arena floor. Heaven knows what might happen. He could end up back there in row L. Ooh, what a grisly thought. Not really, I was only joking. Down it comes. Oh, for safety, you know. There it is, Knight Raider, about to be floor flipped. Or smashed. Oh, please, put it out of its misery. Did so well. These are newcomers to Robot Wars, to the carnage. Now they know what to expect if they come back. If there's anything to bring back. Flipped. Bounces and crashes. And hits Mr. Psycho. We're having a laugh. Oh, I'll be crying. Good sports, but they'll play no further part.
Knight Raider, absolutely battered. Thor and Hell's Teeth, they go marching on.
Okay, a verb is a doing word.
Yes.
And just about every verb applied.
It certainly did, didn't it? Absolutely. Done to a turn.
So pinched, bashed, crashed, squashed,
absolutely.
crushed.
Thrown.
All of them. Thrown, flipped. I mean, it was stupendous. Will you just take that side panel off for me? I've got damage cam here. And let's pull out the... There's some more down there. Yeah.
Another little piece down here as well.
There's a lot of bits there.
Lots of bits all over the show.
Now, I presume you enjoyed that.
We certainly did. Yeah, it was superb. It was really enjoyable.
We absolutely loved it.
That's good.
It's so much nicer when I know I don't have to hand out the tissues at the end. Okay. So thank you very much.
You're quite welcome.
Top class entertainment. Can you come back with another one next
certainly
time?
Will.
Great.
Certainly will.
We'll smash that one up for you as well.
Thank you very much. That's very nice of you.
Well, we hope to see Knight Raider back. Thor and Hell's Teeth march on. Next up, Chip, RT81 and Hedgehog.
From Prestatyn, Denbighshire in Wales, Chip.
What will happen when the chips are down?
Meet Chip with a spinning disc 10 times, so they say, stronger than hypnodiscs. Is it really true? Can it be?
I think so.
You think so?
Yeah.
That's not very scientific.
Well, we've never fought him the disc, but it spins fast and it's heavier than their disc.
Right, tactics.
We're going to go behind Hedgehog and try and get his armour off because he's very vulnerable there.
But what about the Walker, RT81? Walkers are renowned for being weak.
I know, but we don't want to get stuck in the Walker because once we're stuck in, he'll turn round and he'll hit us over and over again.
Because of the tyre?
Yeah,
You're scared of the rubber?
Yeah, we don't want to get stuck in.
Yeah, rubber's ever so scary.
Yeah.
Good luck, you'll need it.
Thanks.
Titanium and mackerel made, it has a spinning disc 10 times more destructive than Hypnodisc. They say it's invertible, but it doesn't like being flipped.
From Macclesfield in Cheshire, Hedgehog.
Hedgehogs are spiky and hedgehogs are even worse.
OK, Hedgehog team, you're new to this, really, aren't you?
We are really, yeah.
But you're up against a Walker, that's good news.
Yeah, it is. We'll be trying for him first, so try and get the axe in there.
Yeah.
He's got quite thin armour on the top, so we'll try and get in there, but depends how good my driving is.
What's going to be your biggest problem?
I think I'll have to look out for Chip, because I think they're going to try and come in and get the back end of us. So we'll just have to make sure that doesn't happen.
You mentioned your driving.
Yeah.
Are you worried about your driving?
I am, yeah. I'm not
Are you
very
nervous? Hold your hand out. Oh, steady as a rock, no problems.
Oh, it's very strong with polycarbonate and titanium armour, lots of pushing power with self-riding mechanism, the axe on top, wedge on the front, no driving experience at all.
From Boston in Lincolnshire, RT81.
A walking robot, so allowed more weight. Intriguing, this one.
Now, I'm curious. Why make RT81 a Walker?
Because of the weight limit, we're allowed 200 kilos, so obviously it's a big advantage.
So that seduced you?
Yeah, that's it. And it means we can have bigger weapons.
Who are you going for first with this remarkable weapon?
We'll mostly go for the spinning disc.
Okay.
Yeah, and leave the flipper till last.
Well, between us, they're really frightened of you.
190 kilos, the centre stand turns 360 degrees, the separate top turret also turns, it has an electric-driven hammer, is surrounded by a lorry rear tyre for protection, but slow.
Roboteers, stand by.
So we look at the teams. Hedgehog there on the left, captained by Stephen Edgerton, Chip captained by Rob Jones, and RT81, Andrew Lovelace is the skipper there. And in the arena, we have Sir Killalot with the lance and claw. And we have the horrible Mr. Psycho.
3, 2, 1,
RT81 can only get up to 2 miles an hour, so don't expect Grand Prix speeds. Hedgehog turning quickly against Chip. I love the walkers. Very steady and thoughtful. Down comes its mighty hammer. Electric driven, we'll wait and see. Up against Mr. Psycho's hammer. I know which one I'd pick. Anyway, back to the arena centre. Chip and Hedgehog. Hedgehog, I think, trying to get broadside so it can get its axe down with deadly effect onto the Chip team of Rob Jones, young Gareth, who's 9, and Tom Ross out there. Chip away, Hedgehog spinning. The pit release has been signalled. We haven't seen Chip's deadly spinning disc, 10 times more destructive than Hypnodisc. We'll wait and see. RT81 pushed out into the arena centre. Give it a chance to get out there amongst the melee, otherwise it would have taken to the year 2086. RT81 still battling hard. There you can see the intriguing turret turn. The tyre has offered protection to the mechanics. There you can see the axe of Hedgehog has caused no real problem. It has impaled itself onto RT81, but it's not doing any real damage. And in fact, it's being turned by RT81 and being dragged, Hedgehog there. Needs to get away. Oh, Mr. Psycho gives it a helpful blow. Just caught a glimpse of Andrew Lovelace there in the quartered gold and black shirt of the RT81 colours. There he is again with Callum Collins in there with him. Hedgehog trying to spin away and get another... Oh, attack on RT81. That's not going to happen now. Mr. Psycho's great hammer came down and Hedgehog withstood the blow. maddened look, doesn't know where he's aiming its own blows from its axe. Oh! Took one on the chin there, Mr. Psycho, doesn't look very happy, he's after you. 6'2" and eyes of, well, not blue, but anyway, he's coming after you. Hedgehog pushed against the arena side wall. What's up to Hedgehog? Spinning around like a maddened thing. Crowd love it. Pit, 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 they cry. Kilowatts not going to go down there, surely. He's closing in on Hedgehog. Poor old Hedgehog did all the work in this for me. And the house robots hate him for it. And the flag of St. George has only left in tatters, I think. Well, you have to learn in New Blood. Certainly worthy, brave, but naive tactics being used. That's what the New Blood Championships are all about, to try and find great robots for the future. What's he doing attacking the arena sidewall there? RT81, what are you doing in there as well? Well, they're learning lessons fast. I'm not too sure whether RT81 is manoeuvrable or mobile. The ref bot thinks not. He's counting them down. RT81 will be the first to fall. Hedgehog and Chip survive and go on. The Walker walks no more. What will be left of Callum Collins' RT81, because there's someone who can damage the tyre and get to the innards. Mr. Psycho, he has a go. His Power Kilowatt comes in. Trying the weaponry, fashioned from the jaws of life, let me remind you, used by the rescue services around the world to cut people free from wreckage. We've modified them slightly. To cause mayhem. RT81 gets a hammer blow. Still standing. You see, they can use this as a basis for a robot to come back and have another go in the future if they're daft enough, really. In the arena centre, now that's what we call the drop zone. Why? You'll find out. That's a common garden or kitchen cooker. We've strung it up to bring it down. RT81 still standing tall, but as far as the competition goes, it takes the fall.
RT81 gets a right good cooking. Hedgehog and Mr. Chip, they go through.
I mean, when did it start going wrong?
Well, we didn't design it to have an oven dropped on it, basically.
But that was the end of a long road of destruction. There it is, look. Oh, show me inside. The real problem. The problem that meant that was it, you were lost.
Once the actual hammer had fired, it actually shorted out the commutator, which has caused fire inside it, shorting out batteries.
One last word from you. Do you think you could have done any better?
No, not really.
What was it like having an oven dropped on your robot?
Very painful.
Confirmation that RT81 goes out, Chip and Hedgehog go through. This is how they line up for round 2. In a moment, Hedgehog against Hell's Teeth. But first up, Thor against Chip.
Nice horns.
Thank you very much.
Now, rumour is rife in the pit that you guys are streets ahead before you've even got into the arena. Have these rumours reached you?
Well, yeah, kind of, yeah.
Go on, tell me.
We're supremely confident, I think.
Share the information.
But the opponent's Chip, they've got a damaged motor on their disc, so it's not spinning up to speed, probably about half power, if that. So one good clout, and that'll be it, I think.
Don't let this lead to complacency. I've seen you doing your hair in the toilets when you should have been doing the engineering. OK, rumour is rife. So you're not ready?
No, we're ready. Just.
Now, this motor here is the source of all the rumour. That's the one that powers the disc there. And we're hearing that it's not working.
At the end of the last battle, it was damaged. A lot of help from the other guys, particularly Shep, who's basically rebuilt it. And all the magnets are back in place now, fine.
Well, you see, your opponents don't think it's working.
Well, they never saw it running on test, and can assure you it was.
Well, 4 of our new bloods have passed the first test, but now it's 1-on-1. This is round 2.
Chip.
What weaponry can they use? The front spikes then for Tom Ross up there in the control.
4.
Jason Marston and Lee Cornish, the Thor teammates, will have taken notice of the damage to Chip. They'll be favourites.
Roboteers, stand by.
In the arena, Growler with the jaws and hungry, and his owner, the very nice Mr. Psycho. Imagine having them living next door to you.
3, 2, 1.
Got to go with Thor here because I can't see what damage Chip can do. Thor's hammer didn't exactly look the most destructive, but it was persistent early on and raining a mighty blow down onto Chip that could have rendered Chip immobile with that first blow. I think it's knocked something loose. Yes, he agrees, Tom Ross. Chip is about to be fried. Down comes the hammer again of Thor. They're going nowhere. Chip here. Thor right onto the side. You could actually say it's like a chip on his shoulder. Well, no, probably you wouldn't. But anyway, Growler coming in on the attack. And Thor, forget about Chip. I've done that one. I've beaten that one. We'll take on Growler. Ill-advised. Oh, that's why. Growler hammering into Thor and squeezing it against the arena side wall. And Mr. Psycho's hammer on poor old Chip. Chip potatoes, mashed potatoes, we love them all. Sauté, away off the flame pit. Chip finished, and it was the first blow of Thor's mighty hammer that did the damage, but now, what damage has been sustained by Thor having rather rashly taken on Growler in a one-on-one? Top of your picture there, they're closing in on poor old Chip. Thor, is it moving freely? Can get up to 18 miles an hour. Presses the pit release. Whee! Mr. Psycho is very close. Good steering away by the house robot. He's horrible, isn't he? Come on, get down there. He'd never get him out. He'd be wedged in for eternity. And robot eternity is a long, long time. Growler on Chip, backs away. The ref box count is belated, let's be honest. We've seen what's happened to Chip a long while ago. They're out. Chip finished, and back to the kennel with Growler. The only thing that'll be left of that, little wood chips, I should imagine, from the very innards. If there is any wood in there, I'm not too sure. Certainly Growler has a wooden heart. Unfeeling. Whee, over they go. Chip bounces down. Straight from Growler to Mr. Psycho. Look at this teamwork here by the house robots. From the floor flipper, straight to Mr. Psycho. Having been put on the flipper by Growler. And we know what's going to happen here now. Down comes the hammer. Onto 100 kilos of what was once a hopeful robot machine. Poor old Tom Ross, a domestic gas engineer, looks on in dismay. Chip is a bit of a toy now for the dog, and eventually is dumped out of this new blood competition. Thor makes the Heat 2 final, and the gas engineer a wee bit deflated.
What utter carnage! Chip gets shocked. The mighty hammer of Thor through to the Heat final.
Oh, talk about out of the frying pan into the fire.
That's right.
Talk me through that.
Well, we do have a disc weapon. We did quite well in our previous fight. A lot of trouble at the end of that fight with the motor. The guys really rallied around this morning, rebuilt the motor. We tested it, worked fine, 30 seconds. Just about to come in, and it packed up, so we had to bolt the spikes on. But it was just the first blow off Thor, as obviously dislodged something inside. Just no drive whatsoever. I was hoping just with the spikes just to sort of outmaneuver them and maybe do a few rams. And
you look gutted.
I am.
How much effort, how much work's gone into that?
Oh, a lot of work here, as you know.
And completely annihilated. Anyway, welcome to the war zone. Ladies and gentlemen, Chip! Well, the mighty hammer of Thor.
Yeah.
How powerful is that thing?
It comes down about 60 miles an hour. It's 20 kilos in weight, so when it comes down, it comes down with a big bang.
And then you wouldn't let it lie, would you?
No.
You know, you take them apart and then you have to go and have a go at Growler, don't you?
Well, it seems a done thing, you know. You've got to get a bit of a name for yourself, and that's it, you know.
Well, he's a mean robot, though. He's got a long memory.
Yeah.
I tell you what, though, you caught him on the arena wall, didn't you?
Yeah, balancing on top of the hammer, which is quite interesting.
Well, you couldn't move either. He's mounted you.
Yeah.
In many ways. Let's hear it, ladies and gentlemen. What a robot. Let's hear it for Thor!
What a horrible image. Anyway, Thor through. Next up, Hedgehog and Hell's Teeth.
Right then, chaps.
Yeah.
You're in problems.
Yeah, we've had a job getting it back together again after our last fight.
Yeah.
We've had trouble with the drive. We've got that sorted now. The axe is working great, so we're just going to hopefully put as many holes in them as we can.
And here come Hell's Teeth, about to fight Hedgehog. What's the tactics?
Get in and rip them to pieces as quick as possible with a spinning disc.
Yeah, if only it weren't that good.
It is.
Last time, all those threats, and really, you know.
We did actually do damage on the one before, you just didn't see it.
A minor amount of damage.
We did all the damage.
This
it wasn't
time,
your house robots. We did it all.
We want proper damage this time.
We will give it a good shot this
like
time.
What
we'll
you
try.
can hear in there.
Hedgehog.
Problems with the drive then for Stephen Edgerton and William Ashton, both 19, the Hedgehog team.
Hell's Teeth.
Has the spinning disc, up to 1800 RPM. Shane Swan, Andrew Shepherd and Paul Merton in that team.
Roboteers, stand by.
We are represented in the arena by Dead Metal with the pincers and the serrated saw blade, and Sergeant Bash with the flamethrower.
3, 2, 1.
I thought Hedgehog did well in its first battle and was cruelly treated by the house robots. Hell's Teeth played a quieter role, has that rear flywheel though that is so destructive. It's causing minimal damage at the moment. You'll see him spinning away Hell's Teeth to try and line up an attack, but Hedgehog is wary of that. Hedgehog's top speed 12 miles an hour, slightly the faster in the arena, and now getting pinned on with its axe, but away again. Now that's interesting. They didn't follow up the attack. What's happened to Hell's Teeth here? They're going nowhere fast. Okay, so the weaponry's working, but the main drive unit of Hell's Teeth, I think, has stopped. I don't think they're moving anywhere. They're driven onto the angle grinder on the arena side wall. Will that cause any great damage? We know the wheels are exposed. We know the armour in places isn't too tough. We know it's got a vulnerable ground clearance, Hell's Teeth, and I think Hedgehog are heading for victory here, and that's disappointing. Hell's Teeth simply did not get going in this round 2 tussle. Down comes the axe of Hedgehog onto the exposed tyres, puncturing them. Hell's Teeth are out. Hedgehog the winners. But I think they wanted a better fight than that. It was disappointing and heartbreaking for the Hell's Teeth team. Pushed by Dead Metal. Hey, in comes Hedgehog. Splendid to see the newcomers with bravery enough to take on the house robots, but I think they'll have to learn painful lessons if they're to succeed in the wars arena in the future. And Sergeant Bash wants a bit of revenge. Oh, fair play to Hedgehog. They're right in the middle there. The ref bot going in Sergeant Bash. Well, look what's happened to the rear end of Sergeant Bash. It's not a pretty sight, and the ref bot just saving his modesty there a wee bit, I think. Putting his pyjamas back on. Dead Metal back there in the arena, looking for revenge on Hedgehog. Hedgehog caught between the two robots there, the saw blade of Dead Metal. Now, it could be deadly if they lose the weaponry because they were foolhardy in attacking the house robots, and Dev Metal will be trying to cut off that axe blade. I can tell you, I've seen it before many, many times. An exposed axe rod is vulnerable. So is a beaten robot to the floor flipper. There he was looking to cut off the weaponry of Edgehog Dev Metal. In the background, you can see the floor flipper tossing Hell's Teeth away. Away into the history of Robot Wars. Hasn't played a leading part, Hell's Teeth. Maybe back again in future. We hope so. Dead Metal on the flame pit, looking for more mayhem. The ref bot maybe trying to protect Hell's Teeth. What do you think? Edgehog out there and through to this Heat 2 final. I think the ref bot was probably just lining up Hell's Teeth for the drop zone. Bit of fun. Dustbin overturns and down cuts. Oh, those punishing ping pong balls. They're horrible. They're really, really nasty. You know, they can cause problems for the pit. And down goes Hell's Teeth. Ping pong balls, marbles and all. They lost theirs a long time ago.
Hell's Teeth absolutely obliterated. Edgehog through to the Heat final. Hell's Teeth. With teeth like that, you're gonna have to suck opponents to death. Absolutely no bite whatsoever. What happened there?
It just went dead. That was it. Nothing we could do.
We lost drive in one wheel almost straight away, so we just couldn't move, and they got a good couple of digs in the tyres straight away. And
deflated, weren't they? Holes in them.
Big holes in them.
We couldn't afford the weight to fill them up with anti.
You couldn't get any protection,
stuff,
no?
Yeah, so...
Money well spent, time well spent, or back to the drawing board for you lads?
Well, we're going to build another one.
Ladies and gentlemen, Hell's Teeth! Woo!
Yeah.
What a robot!
Yeah.
What an axe!
It surprised us, yeah. We spent all day fixing it. We didn't think it was going to go at all, but yeah, we got it in there. It seemed to be working fine. And then...
I mean, what did you do to them? It was like over in seconds.
Yeah, I think we just got a lucky hit in. We got one hit and then it just seemed to stop after that. And
I tell you what, impressive robot. People are out there talking, saying you could go all the way. How'd you feel?
Yeah, I think we've have to check how the drive's going. I think we've still got problems there, but if it goes like that, then yeah, maybe got a chance.
Axe is awesome.
Well, the more beaten it gets, the better it gets for some reason. I don't know why that is. But,
alrighty, well, bring them on, eh?
Yeah,
bring them on, ladies and gentlemen. Edgehog! Well done.
There's 1, 2, 3 scars. Now they're a bit mean because they said that they were going to put that through your nice expensive ink work there. And
we're not really too bothered about that, to tell you the truth. It's the tyre what they did that really lost the battle.
Is that what it was?
Yeah, they
there.
A slight little puncture mark there.
Yes.
So.
Yeah. You know before about you saying that you were going to go in there and smash them up then? And I said, well, I'm slightly dubious. Who was right there?
You were, Philippa.
I love being right all the time. It's just phenomenal.
So Hell's Teeth and Chip fall at the second round stage. Thor and Edgehog go through to meet in this Heat 2 New Blood final.
OK, Thor team, you're up against Edgehog. Now, we've been thinking about it, and none of us can quite work out how Edgehog's gone this far.
No, I think we're going to put a stop to him, though.
Well, if you can stand up to Growler, then I think you can probably stand up to Edgehog. And also, it's not looking so good in the Edgehog camp.
No,
because you're not even ready.
Well, not really, no, but that was my fault for going after the house robot, so...
Right, now, what happened? What damage? Let's have a look.
Well, Sergeant Bash put his claw just through here, caught on this chain. We already had a bent axle, and he bent it a bit more for us.
That's nice of him,
So
yeah.
we've taken all this wheel out, straightened the axle, put it all back in, now we're lining everything back up again.
OK.
So...
how long's that going to take, then?
Another hour, we should be done.
Oh, another hour. Yeah, we've got about 5 minutes.
Oh, OK.
Well, 2 new bloods now experiencing the sort of nerves you'll get before a Robot Wars final. So let's make them sweat it out a while longer while we show you how they got this far. Thor's hammer has been key here, slamming down on Knight Raider in the first of the melees. Knight Raider couldn't move after that, unless the house robots came into play, and they murdered it. The Knight Raider team was laughing through gritted teeth. Meanwhile, Edgehog were meeting Chip and RT-81, a walking robot. Didn't progress very far, took the hammer blows and went out. The drop zone helped. So to round 2, Thor against Chip. That blow destroyed Chip. One solitary blow of Thor's hammer. Then they took on Growler, and I wonder if they sustained any damage having taken on the house robots. Chip thrown through the air and well beaten. Edgehog came across Hell's Teeth. We expected a real carney here, but it didn't materialise. Hell's Teeth beaten very early on. Edgehog then took some fire and flak from the house robots. Did it sustain damage? Hell's Teeth thrown and pitted. So to this New Blood Heat final. Thor even had a go at Growler and Edgehog. Matt Irvin's joined us from the judging panel. Have you been impressed with the New Blood robots?
There have been some very good ones coming through. The interesting point here, both Thor and Edgehog, they're both using, shall I say, the original style of robots that we saw a good number of years ago, the boxy shape with the weapons on them. Thor is very impressive. There's a very big hammer there. I would say possibly they could slightly hone their driving skills. There's a lot of the hammer blows hit the floor, not the opponent, but when they do hit the opponent, it certainly shakes.
So, Thor, we think, to send Edgehog to Valhalla.
Two New Bloods think they're worthy of the war zone. Well, you know what? I need more convincing. Let the final begin!
Ultimate aim, of course, to win this New Blood Championship and get through to the 7th Wars, the 7th UK Championships. Jason and Lee, the Thor team.
Edgehog.
Is it working to its full capacity? They've done very well to get it this far. Big Macclesfield Town FC fans.
Roboteers, stand by.
In the arena for this heat final, Sergeant Bash for the House Robots and Sir Killalot, mighty and menacing.
3, 2, 1.
Refbot gives the green light. Edgehog on the attack, but it has to stay away from that hammer. We've seen the explosive destructibility of the Thor hammer. Not with a tentative blow like that. But if Jason and Lee can get its full effect, then I think Edgehog will be a beaten team. But they're staying out of damage at the moment and staying out of reach. They're nagging away. Down comes the thunderous hammer of Thor. And again, bigger blow, but just glancing off the side of Edgehog. This is an interesting Heat 2 final. Are they on the horns of a dilemma, the Thor team? Because if they can't get the hammer to work effectively, Edgehog could well nag their way to victory. They're more persistent with their weaponry. Ah, that's a better blow from Thor. That had more might and meat about it. Edgehog, their hammer's still coming down. Can they move? Yes, they're spinning. For a minute there, I thought they'd been immobilised, but they're okay. Bit groggy. Maddened again, jumping around like a startled frog. Edgehog out there. Thor side by side, that's no good. Thor has to turn front on. Now comes in. Gets in underneath Edgehog. We haven't seen that sort of attack by Thor before. Half a centimetre ground clearance from Edgehog. That was all Thor needed to push it into the CPZ. Now Sir Killalot comes in. That could well be a decisive moment because Sir Killalot now has Edgehog by the front fang. And it's teetering on the brink of oblivion right up on there. On the arena sidewall, Sir Killalot in with another push. The Thor team look on from above. Oh, a blink and a wink from Edgehog because they're frightened. They need to get out of the CPZ, but not like that. No, not in the claws of Sir Killalot. Thor watches on, saving energy. Edgehog, upended, needs to use its weaponry to south right. Down it comes. Well, south right from there, I would have thought. or will it? It used its axe a heck of a lot early on as that drained the power from the hammer. It can't surf right. I think we're near the end. Hedgehog on its side, just about. Surf right, wearied though. They look on. Stephen, the captain, driver, builder, designer, weapon operator, knows his Hedgehog machine is about to be counted out. Terrific tenacity to get this far. But Thor is now the winner of this second heat of the New Blood Championship. Hedgehog battered into submission. Thor the victors, Hedgehog the vanquished. Pushed away now by Sir Killalot. Pit, 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 they cry, or flip, 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 or hit, hit, hit. It doesn't matter, they want matching of some sorts, and they're going to get the flip, flip, flip of the floor flipper. Oh, look at the damage. Look at the damage on the side of Hedgehog. That's the first real picture we've seen of the damage sustained as it bounced down. A great rip on the side of Hedgehog. That's the pit release. And that's the graveyard of beaten machines.
Well, Hedgehog squashed in the road. The mighty Hammer of Thor goes storming into the finals. Guys, I thought you were unlucky there. I thought you were winning.
Yeah, I thought we were doing not too bad. The axe was working well, but we've had problems with our drive all the way through, and they just didn't hold up this time. So we lost it on one side, and then the other side went, and that was it then. So we couldn't do anything.
Alrighty, good luck to you guys. Right, let's hear it for the Hedgehog. Well, in your previous fight, that hammer was mighty. It was a bit ineffective there, I thought.
Yeah, we had a regulator go down just before we come out, so we were half power. But hopefully for the next fight we'll sort it, get up to full power again.
Okay, the heat finals. You've got to go and repair that robot. You've got to get working up to full speed. Are you feeling confident?
If we can get the hammer back to full pressure, yeah, we could go all the way.
We like it when the hammer's at full pressure. You can feel the podium rock as it comes crashing down. All right then, guys. Good luck for the final. Go ballistic for the mighty Thor! Well, if you've got a robot that can join our cause, I want to see it here on Robot Wars. Bye-bye.
My best bit was Mr. Psycho using his hammer.
So, Thor through to the New Blood final coming next. Heat 3, 6 more erstwhile evil eradicators battle for